Hello, 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 Make It Happen crew. Welcome back for another episode of the DTIP Podcast, where we do the thing and inspire the people. We talk to entrepreneurs and business owners about their businesses, life, and everything in between. A DTIP Enterprise is an online agency, and I am your host, Lady Make It Happen. I help women to be seen, heard, and earn online through digital tips, digital income opportunities, and digital products. So today's episode is powerful and it's about healing, transformation, and breaking cycles. We're joined by our paid sponsor, the first paid sponsor of the DTIP podcast. So let's give Melissa a congratulations here. Thank you so much for joining us. Melissa here is an author. She's a healer and a public speaker. She shares about her journey through breaking cycles and sharing about the compassion and the work she does to help others heal emotionally, mentally, as well as spiritually. So let's go ahead and get into today's episode. Melissa, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Hey, my name is Melissa St Clair, and actually, I go by Silvia Nightrise as well, which is the pen name for my book. And the book is Your New Reality Starts Here. Such amazing story how that actually came about. Um, I went to what was called a Brian Scott event, which was huge in LA. And it was a matter of about right after the event, a huge shift happened for me to a point where this book just popped in my head, and I already knew it was needed to be made. I was able to actually write the book in 7 days, and then by the next week, I ended up getting a publisher who was so excited about publishing this book that she said, "Let's do this. Let's make it happen." And and
That's amazing.
it happened within 2 months. The
That is
book was published in 2 months. Yeah.
wow. Okay, so that process of just inspiration to putting it down, putting your thoughts down on paper was literally just within a week for you. That's crazy. That's how that transformation really inspires, how that transpires. So that's very inspiring, is what I was meaning to say. So I'm sorry, what was the name of the transformation coach that you said?
Oh, his name is Brian Scott.
Brian Scott. Okay, I'll have to definitely look into him. I really enjoy hearing about these transformation coaches. I'm not sure if you were at any of the events recently, but we were led in our transformation by Dale Halloway. Were you
No,
at those events?
I'm in actually in Oklahoma right now, so and that's where I've been.
Okay, yeah. Okay, okay. I forgot that past you were definitely not there, but the previous one, there was one last month. Were you still out of town then?
I was in Mississippi.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, what are you doing out there?
I just been I've been having my experiences of traveling, and it is I tell you, one of the things about this book that's really inspired me to write it is because it has to do with scripting. It has to
Hmm.
do with being able to write a script that of a reality that you're ready to step into, you're ready to like become more of. And it's not a matter of being able to create it. It's a matter of actually stepping into a timeline it's already exists. And
Yeah.
so this is one of the things I've been doing is stepping into my timeline of being able to travel, of being able to write, to be able to create, uh, also to be able to help others heal whatever it is they've got going on, to be able to take deep dives into themselves and find their own happiness and joy. And so being doing that, it's actually allowed me to say, okay, I'm going to step into this me traveling around. And that's what I've been doing is just traveling and having new experiences with new places and just growing as I go and being able to talk with people. So,
Yeah, that's incredible. That's very incredible because I know like for me, I'm definitely someone who loves to travel. I want to travel more, but I'm used to traveling like in groups of people. So it seems like you're doing some solo traveling a little bit
Hmm.
into that new reality. That's amazing, Melissa. So I know that I got the chance to do a testimonial for you, but I want to talk about it on here as well. So when I first met Melissa, it was at an event where she also sat down with us at the Love Embassy event for the hot seat edition of the podcast. And I before that, I bought her book again, where I first met her at Love Embassy. And I didn't really know Melissa, but I knew that I just wanted to support a vendor. So I randomly supported a vendor and I got this book, not realizing the power that is behind the mindset of this book. The author has to have a powerful mindset to draw you in, but it's not just like here, let me give you some words on paper, but this is like here, let me give you a tool that I'm using also to help make my life different. And so I'm very impressed with the profound energy that is behind these words because like I was saying in my testimonial for you, but not just that it's a testimonial, but it's genuine. It's I'm really seeing the effects of reading this book, not just for myself, but for my son as well. He's 9 years old. And so I love, love, love that you stepped into your new reality and into your purpose. Melissa, thank you so much for taking that leap of faith. Healing is scary. It is
Hmm.
scary. And you're doing it. And you didn't let anything stop you. Um, and sometimes even as healers, we do let things stop us, right? But you're still putting this healing out there. Sometimes in the transformation, we fall short again, but this is a tool right here that can remind you to pick yourself right back up and continue to create that new reality for you. So, Melissa, thank you for that. Um, Now, what is like, I understand that healing can like look different for different people. And you did mention scripting.
Hmm.
There's a little bit more. I know what scripting is, but a lot of people really wouldn't. So, like, can you kind of give us a little bit more intel as to what scripting is and how you use that as a powerful tool for yourself?
Sure. Um, so basically, with scripting, it's basically putting the words of where you want to be, where you see yourself, and not just where you see yourself, where you actually feel yourself in a place that is not where you are right now. And
Mhm.
even though you are where you are, to have gratitude, absolutely 100% having gratitude to where you are because you're still learning, and knowing that you can be in a different place. You can be wherever you want, you can be doing whatever you want, however
Mhm.
you want, and to be able to see yourself on the beach, to see yourself with the most beautiful partner that you've ever been with in your entire life, to be able to know that you can have that. And it really, it's like with this book, you speak it out, what you're the scenarios that are in the book, and
Mhm.
then when you actually find resistances towards all that, it's kind of like, well, that's a way to be able to have a deep dive within yourself to say, okay, what's causing these resistances, and what can I do to go forward, even though I have these resistances, and what are my beliefs? Then you start
Mhm.
questioning what's really going on with yourself, because that's what's stopping anybody and everybody to getting whatever they want. If they want something, they can have it. They are allowed. But the idea is to be able to give themselves permission to make it happen. They got to be able to give themselves that feeling of like, yes, this is what I want. This is what I enjoy, and being able to go towards that and doing what it takes. doing what it takes, even though it feels uncomfortable, because that's what causes the catalyst to be able to move forward, is knowing, okay, I'm uncomfortable. I'm feeling uncomfortable, but I know I'm I'm done being where I am right now, and I'm ready to move forward. I want to do something different now, and being happy.
Yes, I love that. That literally is you just explained why or how Lady Make It Happen came to be with scripting. I feel as though, like you confirmed, I put a script over my life. I chose that I wanted to make a change. I was tired of being in that same spot. And really, I bought your book before this podcast became a thing. The idea was always there, but I wasn't tired of my reality enough. And with the first chapter alone, I read it and I was like, let me sit on this. Let me not rush my healing any longer. And I came to the conclusion recently as well that I was chasing healing down. And I mentioned it in the Mother's Day special that's coming up. We already recorded. It was beautiful, amazing. But I mentioned briefly that I was chasing my healing and I was not letting my healing overcome me. And I recently made that shift in my mind, and my new reality has already began. I'm living in it. I'm enjoying in it. Like I'm enjoying it. Like I love everything that is beginning to transpire, even though it's uncomfortable at times, even though it's hard at times. This book is a reminder that you literally can have whatever you want. You just have to believe in yourself enough and you have to act upon it. So I am living in my new reality. And
Yay!
I'm not even halfway through this book. That's like that's how badly I want each chapter to sit with me. And I'll
That's
reread it if I love it enough, if I got goosebumps from it, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to read this for like a week. I'm going to let this one sit with me." So, I love it. I love it. Thank you
that's
because it really
awesome.
was. Well, yes, your book really was a tool in stepping up my game and believing in myself and becoming Lady Make It Happen. I am a woman and am determined to make my new life, my new reality happen for me and for my family. So that's beautiful. I love the work that you are doing, Melissa. You are doing it with so much compassion because we can choose to keep these healing tools to ourselves, but that does nothing to change the vibration of the world you actually want to live in.
Exactly.
So you're putting this out there. It creates such spiritual and emotional safety when you really are on the healing journey and you realize that those who you look up to in some way, shape, or form are actually walking the same path, and you should as well. Like, stop taking in the healing and not putting out the expression of healing or love, right? So it's a lot to understand on the healing journey. It really is. In order for it to stick on you and to make a difference. I'm blessed to be in the community. I'm blessed to know the woman behind this pen name. And y'all should as well. Like get you some Melissa in your life. Now, I want you to really briefly talk about some of your other healing tools. Being an author, well, first off, let's rewind it. Um, I know you have some things that you are waiting to put out. Can we get a little sneak peek of some of the other books that you are currently writing?
Actually, this book is a series, and
Hmm.
so there it's basically kind of and it all happened not accident. There's no such thing as accident, but the idea of divine intervention really allowed this to step do a step by step thing to where the next book I can always say this one is speaking it out, The next one, I can only say that has to do with music. It has to do with singing, and that's about all I could really say about it. But I'll tell you, it really is. It is magical because when it comes to singing, when it comes to actually singing, whatever it is, it will it bypasses that conscious mind. It goes to the subconscious mind. And being able to step out of your comfort zone of singing and play and have fun and grow with it, to be able to just really express it in a completely different way than what we always do when we're communicating with people. And it's just wow. It's truly amazing stuff.
That seems amazing. Of course, I understand you can't tell us too much because there are idea thieves out there. But there definitely are a lot of healing modalities out there. And I can't wait to see the way that you express the way that singing can help bring some healing. And I remember when I last saw you, I was saying that I needed to start singing in order to heal. And that's where you kind of mentioned that little sneak peek preview to me. I was hopeful for just maybe a little bit more because I am excited for it, but that's okay. I understand. But yeah, no, like singing can absolutely be a healing process. You can write all day long, you can meditate, you can do whatever, but sometimes the spirit needs just a little bit extra. And for me personally, I've done all these things for a very long time. I began my awakening journey 15, nearly 16 years ago, where I was thrown into my spiritual journey. And recently I became physically disabled. So movement is not really an option for me the way that I want to dance to release. So spirit told me I needed to start singing in order to release certain things that are trapped in my body. So I love that you have this tool and that we are going to be getting that here very soon because again, if this book is as powerful as it is, I can't imagine what the next book is going to be like. And I'm wondering if there will maybe be another book in the series about movement and dance. We'll see what Sylvia has up her sleeve. But uh,
And it will
uh,
be out next month. That's what I'm
ooh, okay.
working toward, just being able to get it out next month. So
Nice, nice. Congratulations on that. That is amazing.
thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So, with such a powerful modality as being an author is, writing and sharing that, you did mention to me as well that you have some things like compassion, key healing that you do, and you're a Reiki practitioner as well. Can you, for someone that hasn't heard those terms, I know we've had some other guests, but that have mentioned Reiki. Can you actually share what Reiki is to you? There's also other modalities of Reiki. Like I'm Mikao Usi certified. Are you maybe like Holy Fire Reiki?
Yes, I'm a Holy Fire Reiki master.
Okay, okay, Reiki master in the house. Okay, absolutely. I'm a Reiki master as well, so that definitely does take on a different tone with the healing. Can you share with us what Reiki is to you and the other modalities as well that you use?
So basically, for me, when it comes to Reiki, um, I don't, I have the basics down as far as, what Reiki is, which can be hands-on, it's energy work, and it's being able to reset the body in an energetic way, and it can be a physical way too. It can be a very emotional thing. It could definitely um, bring out all kinds of emotions that have been people been holding on to for a very long time. And
Absolutely.
one of the other things I also do with my Reiki is I do light language.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're familiar with light language or not, but it's basically the language of the soul. A lot of people call it speaking in tongues.
Mhm.
It's just another way of healing the soul. So Or one of the other things I do is what's called compassion key healing. And
Share what that is.
compassion key healing is basically you're giving compassion. You can give compassion to your inner child. You can give
Mm,
compassion to the parts of you that you kind of cut off that you that what you were told that was no good.
yeah, the shadow self.
Hmm. And also,
Okay.
you can also give compassion, and a lot of what you're giving compassion to, like from your highest self to you, you're also you're allowing the highest self giving compassion to you for the way you've seen people,
Mhm.
experiences, places. And with a visualization, you can actually shift the way it looks. You can even shift the way it looks when it comes to your inner child because you're talking with your inner child as if he or she is sitting right there in front of you.
Yes.
And so you get some visual as to being able to give that compassion so they feel seen and heard and loved and understood
Mm,
and man, it's very transformational because it can,
it sounds.
yeah, because it can definitely open up a lot of things that have been shut off for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because people don't realize when it comes to their inner child is still playing the game, is still, being the one who's controlling the situation because it's afraid of whatever happened, whatever beliefs or whatever was programmed into them as children. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, okay, now I see you, I hear you, I'm giving compassion to you, and I love you being here. At the same time, now it's time to change direction and
Yeah.
go somewhere else. So, and they're more willing to go when they hear that, when they feel that. And I also do what's called emotion codes,
Okay.
and that's part of the tandem healing is the Reiki, emotion codes, and my friend who I work with doing the tandem healing, her name is Cherie Phillips, and she does the sound therapy and the Reiki. So we do this mixture of things together in an hour and a half, and it's
Mm,
very powerful.
it sounds like it.
And it's really cool because we can
Amazing.
actually do it remotely.
Okay. So do you do that like over like a Zoom call or how would you go about that process?
We would actually do it through Google Meet. And then
Okay.
if I'm in town, if I just happen to be in town in Las Vegas, then we go over to her place. And if the person is there in town as well, they can go over there too. And she's got a beautiful room that we do the sessions in too. So it's
That's
amazing.
That is awesome. I hope if I'm able to catch both of you in town for that in-person tandem healing. That sounds incredible. Of course, I do know that Reiki can be done online. I've offered that in the past to clientele when I was in the spiritual community more and, offering services that way. And when I was a massage therapist too. So it's not something that I really do anymore. I definitely transfer or refer all my previous clients out if they try to come back around to me. So hit up Melissa. I've got the tarot reader if you need her. Hit up Natika, massage therapist if you need her. Like just hit up the previous people because everyone that I've worked with on these podcasts has beautiful energy and they are very trustworthy in that transformation. Excuse me, that they are assisting and offering in this sacred healing space. So hit up Melissa and Cherie. Is that how you pronounced it?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure I said that correctly. But hit them up. Their information will be down below for that tandem healing. That sounds incredible. I've had tandem massage done, and that's just like with massage intention. So to get some Reiki and that sound healing, that's like a tandem massage for the soul.
Hmm.
You're missing out if you don't get that. Um, Now I do want to kind of speak on one thing that like really sticks out is with that, how do you stay grounded as a healer? Um, with being an author and offering tandem healing, offering Reiki, and I know you do a little bit of jewelry in there as well. Now you're in your new reality and you're traveling. How are you balancing all of this stuff out? How are you staying grounded?
I do a lot of meditation. I do a lot of the sleep meditation.
Okay.
Brian Scott has this man. He's got so much expansion on so many different things himself. But I work on. I have a face mask that's
Hmm.
also like it's Bluetooth face mask that you can actually play.
Yeah, I've seen those. I considered because I already have blackout curtains, so I considered getting that one too, make it even darker, settle into the soothing. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sorry.
and listening to him speak at night. I do my meditations in the morning. I just it is a lot, and there are times that I would do get anxious, and it's just like, okay, breathe. That's where it's
Mhm.
really at. That's the most important part of it is just being able to breathe and center and know that no matter what happens, everything works out to my advantage. And
Okay.
and it does. It's like just opportunities keep popping up out of here, out of there. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, absolutely. It does. It sounds like a very beautiful thing. I want to know, in your opinion, with all of this healing that you're doing and everything we just talked about, uh, how or how is it that you feel like when people come to you for healing, what do you feel is the main cycle that they're facing in their challenges, that they want to change but kind of can't get out of that cycle?
Well, so far I've found, and even I've done it for myself, I've done it myself, and especially until I finally realized these things. Um, a lot of people, when they don't self-reflect, when they don't
Mm,
realize that they're in a cycle, they're in a loop, and that story that they keep telling themselves about their past, the story that keeps them in that loop, because they're victim, they stay in that victimhood. That's going to keep everything from going anywhere. But once you realize you're not a victim in anything, you made choices to be able to take the responsibility and said, I made these choices. I may not have exactly known the reason behind the what caused me to make those choices, but now that I've paid attention and I've taken that responsibility, I can change it. And I realized what it is that was causing me this when it came to when I was growing up, and being able to shift it to actually say, you know what? There are a lot of good things that happened in my life too. A lot of good things that happen in growing up as well. And having that kind of shift has really helped move forward. But for most people, they stay in that victimization framework, that loop
hmm.
of the story that this is what happened to me. And they have that right, they have that choice. But if they want to move forward, they got to let go of that story.
Yes, that is absolute truth. I can say that I am someone who fell into the victim mindset for a very long time. And it wasn't up until I want to say a few months ago where I decided that I was going to make that change to my reality. And it's hard. It's really hard to let go, because it's comfortable. It's what you know. Your trauma is what helped you to predict when things weren't right. And so you leave spaces sooner, right? Like those things begin to transpire, but your anger can either become like a tumor, and you can keep letting it grow, or you can wear it like a cape and say, I'm never going to live like that again. I mean, eventually you got to take that cape off, right? It's not an actual superpower, but it does help you to realize the direction and the trajectory that you can change. You can change your life. Like it's something that can be removed. Like, okay, you served your purpose for, for the time being, but now you can't go where I'm going. I can't take that trauma with me to my future. I can't keep telling myself that, this is what happened to my life, or in my life, this is how people see me because of X, Y, and Z. You have to decide, this is how I want to see myself, and walk towards that. So I fully understand and reflect with what you're saying is a hard truth that people don't want to actually live with. And I made that choice. It wasn't a truth I wanted to live with any longer. And I actually started to go to therapy. I began to use my different healing tools, my spiritual modalities that I have at hand. But that was nurturing my spiritual self, right?
Right.
I kind of took that initiative to nurture my human self as well. My human mind needed the needed therapy, while my spiritual self received the tools such as this. There's a fine balance when you want to become unstuck in your pain. So thank you for that, because I was like, dang, Melissa, did I tell you my past or something before? Like, but no, we never had that conversation like that, that vulnerable talk like that. But yeah, it's
Well,
a truth
well,
that I even need.
the one thing about it is it doesn't matter whose past it is. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter what happened, what took place. It's the same feeling. It's the same
Hmm.
outlook. It's the same concept. It's all the same because of the fact that it's all victim. It's all that feeling of vulnerability and victimization.
Hmm.
And I realized one of the things that really helped me out, and this is what really helps with this too, is okay, so that's great. You know what you don't want anymore. That's
Hmm.
wonderful. And you realize these are things I don't like. These are making me feel uncomfortable. And at the same time, I know that I'm used to these things. All right. So now it's a matter of being able to take that and go, okay, so what do I want?
Absolutely.
What do I want? So you can actually replace that, what you want, right over the top of what you don't want and say, there's no more don't want. Because if you keep putting your focus on what you don't want, you're going to keep getting it. You're
Yep.
just going to keep in
Absolutely.
that cycle.
Yeah, and I didn't understand that for a while, despite being someone who heals,
Hmm.
s- being a spiritual person. I didn't understand that by focusing on how I didn't want to feel anymore, that I would keep feeling that way. I don't know why I didn't understand. There was plenty more that I did,
Right?
so much that was like, okay, wonderful. I'm going to go about my journey. I'm doing this and this and this. But I didn't understand why my manifestations were not coming to fruition. It's just because I continued to let some of the heavier, or lower vibrational ideas and thoughts stick more than what I really did want. So I had to learn to believe in myself all over again. Plenty of times where, again, as healers, we rise and then we fall, we rise and then we fall. But then where is the remembrance that we're powerful, and we just got to stay in a higher elevation in the mindset? And I'm remembering that. And again, I have to say this book was probably one of, like, aside from community, which you are a part of that community, this book was one of the biggest tools that I have used recently to help that mindset to stick. That's why I'm really happy that you did decide to come onto this podcast today, and even more grateful as to you being one of the first sponsor, excuse me, for this podcast. Like, it really put something on my soul that I'm doing something amazing. So, I made it this far and I didn't cry.
You're doing it. You're doing it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so
Thank
proud of
you
you.
so much. Like, it really, like, you are showing such gratitude and joy and happiness for being on this podcast, but I don't think you understand what your support does to me, for this podcast. Like, thank you for
Absolutely.
believing in my new reality because you believed in your own.
That's right. Well, and that's it. When I found that when I actually started working on my own self-love,
Yeah.
I was able to actually be able to put it out because I had so much love to give to myself now that I was able to give more love. But when I
I
found
love
that I was fearing and I was angry and I was frustrated and I didn't like myself, I had a hard time looking in the mirror when
Yeah.
I started this journey. I did this like 5.5 years ago. I started this journey and I couldn't even look in the mirror to
Oh,
even say
wow.
I love you to myself. And here I am now. It's like not only do I love myself, but I love everybody else. And I don't have
That's
to be a
beautiful.
people pleaser to do it.
That's amazing. I want to share one thing that I don't think I've ever told anyone that I ever did this, but I was so down in my energy at a point in time. I used to cover my mirrors.
It's the same thing. I did
Yeah.
exactly the same thing, and because I didn't like who I saw there.
Oh,
It was devastating whenever I saw myself in the mirror.
yeah.
And
And I'm so glad that you're at this space in your life because I understand what it is to be there. Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
you're welcome. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for being that kind of vulnerable and sharing your where you're at too.
That's really like I this is a reason. And I say it every episode, the more someone gets vulnerable and can share the humanness of what they're going through with someone else and remind them that there is a different outcome for you.
Yes.
Is why. It is a part of my why because for a very long time, even as a teenager, I could not foresee me turning 30 years old. I couldn't visualize it. And I know a lot of people out there cannot visualize their future because they don't believe in themselves enough. They don't believe in their community enough.
Hmm.
They don't believe in spirit enough. They're not able to tap that into themselves. So there are tools, there are resources out there that can assist you in changing your reality. Do not let your deadened mindset make you think that there's no future possible for you
Right.
because that's not true. You know, that's not true. There's somebody out there that believes in themselves enough to believe in you as well before you even get the chance to believe in yourself.
Exactly.
And that's a beautiful thing. Yes. Yes.
I,
Thank
I
you.
love the one thing this is a entity named Bashar. I don't know if you're
Hmm.
familiar with him. His name is Daryl
No.
Anka, and he channels an entity named Bashar. And one of the
Okay.
things he says that you exist because people need you to exist. You're
Yes.
here with a purpose. You're here for a reason. We're all here for a reason. And the fun part is being able to explore what that reason is. and be
Yes.
able to play in the playground of life, you know? And I understand what you're saying about the idea of not thinking I, I never thought I was going to get this far. I never thought I was going to be able to I said I was never going to get old. But I shifted that because, I thought I was going to die like sooner. And I had gone through that. I had gone through uh, the suicidal, not just tendencies, but actually, almost succeeding twice. And it's a matter of, I've come to shift that to the point where even if I'm 120 years old, I'm still going to die young. If I get to 120 and I go beyond 120, doesn't matter what age. I'm still going to die young because that's where my mindset is.
I
I
love it.
age doesn't mean anything to me because I'm here to have fun and do what I do and be who I be and learn what I do and
I,
that's what it's all about. And I know it's not just for me here. This is for everybody.
yeah,
And I know my true purpose in life is to remember who I am, wake up and remember who I am, and be able to teach and speak
I,
because that's what I grew up doing without even realizing that was my passion. It's like my passion was to speak and to be able to problem solve because I love puzzles and to be able to create.
yes.
That's what I grew up with is being able to create and all that. So yeah, it's great.
That's amazing. Melissa, I don't think that this episode could have gone any better. Having you on here was just amazing. I'm glad to have had this time because one, it just helps me to know you more on a personal level, and I get to know her in person. You guys don't. That's for you.
Well, you never know. They might find me somewhere and say, I want to meet you in person just because she got to meet you. Who knows?
Because this was so amazing to understand the woman behind the pen. Beautiful. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Melissa, if you can, tell us really quickly about your 45-minute discovery call that some of these viewers here will be able to book with you.
The 45-minute discovery call is just kind of helps with an overview as to what's really going on with whoever signed up. And being able to get an idea is like, okay, well, I have different package deals. And we could go with these different package deals that they might be five five sessions.
Mhm.
And of course, the more sessions you get, the more discount you get with that stuff. But to be able to get sessions, multiple sessions with me, so that to be able to get in and really have a deep dive as to what's really going on and make it consistent enough that you can really see the shift.
Yes,
And being able to
absolutely.
have the one little discovery, a little, having one discovery call to be able to say, okay, this may be a one-time thing. Some people are already at a point, they just need that one little push. So maybe just one session. Or it may be something that there's just so much going on, it needs to be unpacked. And for me to be able to help unpack that with them in such a
Yeah.
compassionate, loving way. So that because I'm all about holding space for people, the non-judgmental saving space and to be able to allow the people to feel seen and heard and acknowledged so that they can let go.
Yes. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So definitely get that 45-minute discovery call with Melissa. The links for both the book, Your New Reality Starts Here, as well as the 45-minute discovery call will be in the description of the video, as well as other ways that you can work with Melissa. You can reach her at sacrednightrosehealing@gmail.com. That will be in the link for the video in the description for the video as well. Melissa, again, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Thank you for this opportunity. I'm so grateful and so excited about all of this.
Yes, thank you. I am as well. I really am. I like I can't even express it. Like I don't think you understand. Like child me is literally in my body, just like jumping up and down with joy for the healing that I'm receiving. Because the more that I heal as I am now, I heal past me and future me, and the new reality is so beautiful. And thank you for this book being a tool in that, in this future, and even more so again being our first sponsor. Like I don't think you understand, Melissa, the beauty and the joy that I feel in this moment, and the love that I have for you. Again, make it happen, crew. Get you a Melissa in your life. You will thank yourself later. And again, we are here to help you be seen, heard, and earn online through digital tips, digital income opportunities, as well as digital products. Make it happen, crew. I love you. Be blessed, and we will catch y'all for another episode. Look forward to the Mother's Day special, which will be released on Sunday, Mother's Day
Yeah.
coming up. Yes, yes, yes. That is all I have for you, beautiful people. Be blessed. Bye.